In San Antonio, Alamo City Studios is the only production hub for filmmakers and producers at all stages of production. To better understand what goes on here, we talked to Carrie Valderrama, writer, director, and president of Alamo City Studios.
My name is Carrie Valderrama, and I'm the CEO of Alamo City Studios. About 15 years ago, I wrote and directed a feature film called Garrison, which was shot for $3,000 on mini DV with just a group of friends. We certainly did it in the complete indie filmmaking, no-budget filmmaking fashion. We were very fortunate enough that that feature film got picked up for both domestic and international distribution. And then it was the first film in San Antonio to ever be put on Netflix Instant in 2009. Once that happened, I then started getting job offers to direct music videos, commercial shoots, and that was the beginning in 2006. You know, I was in the military for 8 years. I served with the 82nd Airborne Division, 3505 in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I was in Afghanistan for a year, and when I got back, there was a couple of stories from soldiers coming back and murdering their loved ones, and it was called the Fort Bragg Murders of 2002, 2003. And I wrote a short story about it, which then turned into a feature film screenplay. It was something that was very passionate about me. It was something very dear to me, and so that was kind of the start of it. Was kind of based off of this idea of this experience that I went through, but which then turned into a feature film distribution and everything else. I mean, being in San Antonio, you don't have a foreign sales agent. One of the things that you have to do is submit to film festivals, and that's exactly what we did. We submitted to 80 film festivals, and we got accepted into 12 of them. Bear in mind that it means I got a rejection letter every other week from festivals all over the world, saying that you're no good, saying that your film is no good. But the festivals that we did get into, we went. And we did the best that we possibly could within getting into it. Now, granted, for my first feature film, I didn't get into Sundance or South by Southwest or Tribeca or Toronto. I got into second, third tier festivals, but that's fine too, right? Because it really is about networking and about getting your message out there and getting your story out there. And so by doing that, little by little, we were able to meet people to help us get us to the next level. It really was at the Hollywood HD Film Festival that I met a sales agent by the name of Juan Bistanis with Spotlight Pictures, who then came in and saw Garrison. He watched it, and then he sent us an offer letter the next day. We have a basic membership program, just like a co-working space. So it's $40 a month. You can come in and be able to meet other like-minded individuals. I mean, I remember 15 years ago when I was doing my first feature film, there were a lot of times where there was a lot of doubt that crept in. And that happens with a lot of filmmakers, and then they turn to the right and left and they don't see anybody else that's doing what they're trying to do, so they feel very isolated and very alone. What we're trying to do here at Alamo City Studios is say, you're not alone. There are dozens of people just like you, and here they are. So, you can really, just be able to have somebody to talk to and know that you're not the only person, because sometimes it feels like you have the whole world against you when you're trying to get a feature film or a documentary or a short film off the ground. But to know there's other people there that are fighting that same fight. And that's what we're hoping that Alamo City Studios can provide everyone.